In the lush valley of Nkala, where golden sunlight poured over green hills and the scent of hibiscus filled the air, there lived a young woman named Zuri. Zuri was known across the valley for her beauty, but especially for her thick black hair. It tumbled down to her waist in shining waves, and in the evenings, women from neighboring villages came to braid it, admiring its luster. Her grandmother often warned her, "Hair is a gift, Zuri. Treat it with respect. Do not let pride sit in it." Zuri would smile and nod, but deep inside she loved the attention her hair brought. When she walked through the market, people turned their heads. Suitors brought her mangoes, sweet yams, even gold beads, just for a chance to compliment her. One day, her love for her hair would test her in ways she could never imagine. The Forbidden Basin. Nkala was a village surrounded by forests, streams, and legends. One such legend spoke of the Moon Basin, a hidden pool deep in the forest where the water could bless or curse a person, depending on the purity of their heart. One humid afternoon, Zuri went with friends to gather wild ginger in the forest. While searching, she wandered farther than the others until the air turned still and cool. She came upon a clearing where moonlight pierced even the thickest leaves, though it was still midday. In the center lay a pool of water so still it looked like polished glass. The surface shimmered with silver light. "This must be the Moon Basin," she whispered, her heart racing. She knelt beside it and saw her reflection, her hair gleaming like the night sky. "What harm could come from washing my hair in magic water?" she thought. "If it is already beautiful, the basin will make it unforgettable." She dipped her hair into the pool. The first night, when Zuri returned home that evening, her hair seemed shinier, heavier. She liked the weight, feeling it brush her hips. But when she woke the next morning, something was different. Her hair had grown overnight, down to her calves. Her grandmother gasped, "Child, what have you done?" Zuri laughed. "Nothing. It must be a blessing." But by the second day, her hair touched the floor. By the third, it trailed behind her in thick, twisting ropes. No matter how much she cut it, the strands grew back within hours. Soon it became impossible to hide. The weight of beauty. At first, the village women marveled at her endless hair. They wove it into crowns, adorned it with shells, and even used it to make ropes for festivals. But the hair became heavier each day. It tangled around her feet when she tried to walk. Washing it took hours. Sleeping meant coiling it into great piles around her bed. The strands seemed alive, sometimes curling toward bowls of food, sometimes brushing against faces as if searching for something. People began to whisper, "She went to the Moon Basin. She was cursed." Children started avoiding her. Suitors stopped visiting. Her grandmother's voice grew stern. "Zuri, you must find the spirit of the basin and ask for release before the hair buries you." The journey begins. Zuri set out alone into the forest. Her hair dragged behind her like a dark river, catching leaves and twigs. The deeper she went, the quieter the world became. Birds stilled. The air grew cool. By nightfall, she reached the Moon Basin. But this time, the water was not calm. It swirled slowly, silver light pulsing from its depths. A figure rose from the surface, a tall woman with skin like obsidian and hair made of flowing water. Her eyes glowed pale blue. "Zuri of Nkala." The spirit's voice was soft, but carried like wind over stone. "You came to my basin seeking more beauty. But beauty without humility is a burden. Now you carry your desire on your back." Zuri fell to her knees. "Please, spirit, take this hair from me. I cannot live like this." The spirit's gaze was steady. "I will not take it. But I will give you 3 chances to earn release. Each will require sacrifice. If you fail, the hair will grow until it swallows you." The first task, the weaver's threads. The spirit told her to seek Mama Kendi, an elderly weaver who lived at the edge of the forest. Mama Kendi was known for weaving cloth so fine it was said the wind could pass through without touching it. When Zuri arrived, Mama Kendi studied her with kind but tired eyes. "Child," she said, "I need thread for the chief's ceremonial robe. Bring me the rare silver vine from the cliff's edge, where the mountain meets the sky." The journey to the cliffs took 2 days. Her hair snagged on thorns and rocks, slowing her. At one point, it caught in a fallen log, and she had to cut several armfuls to free herself. Finally, she reached the cliffs and found the silver vine, its leaves glinting under the sun. She harvested enough and returned to Mama Kendi, who smiled and began weaving. With each pass of the loom, a small length of Zuri's hair vanished, absorbed into the cloth. It was lighter, but still long. The second task, feeding the orphans. The spirit's voice came to her in a dream that night. For the second task, feed the 30 orphaned children of the drought village. Zuri knew the place, Kasuru, a 3-day walk to the east. The children there were thin as shadows, their eyes too big for their faces. With her hair wrapped into a thick rope across her back, she went to the market, sold her last gold beads, and bought sacks of millet, beans, and dried fish. The journey was exhausting. Her hair grew heavier again, as if the spirit was testing her resolve. When she finally reached Kasuru, she cooked for the children, serving until the last bowl was full. The joy in their laughter felt like sunlight in her chest. When she left, she found that more of her hair had vanished, but still it trailed far behind her. The final task, cutting the moonlight. The spirit appeared to her again. "For the last task, bring me a piece of moonlight." "How can I cut moonlight?" Zuri asked. The spirit's lips curved into the faintest smile. "That is for you to learn." The night of the full moon. When the next full moon rose, Zuri returned to the Moon Basin. She sat by its silver-lit edge, her hair spread around her like dark waves. She thought about all she had done, the weaving for the chief, the children she had fed. She realized something. Moonlight could not be taken by force. It had to be invited. She took a single hair from her head, just one, and dipped it into the water. The strand shimmered, then began to glow. She wound it into a small coil and placed it on a flat stone. It pulsed gently like a captured star. The spirit emerged from the basin. "You have learned. True beauty is not in the abundance of what you have, but in the light you can share." The release. The spirit lifted her hands. The hair that bound Zuri's body unwound like smoke in the wind, disappearing into the night sky. When it was done, her hair was still long, brushing her shoulders, but light and free. The spirit spoke. "You will keep enough to honor your gift, but no more. Let your pride grow small, and your kindness grow long." Zuri bowed deeply. Epilogue. When she returned to Nkala, Zuri lived differently. She still cared for her hair, but she no longer flaunted it. She worked with Mama Kendi, learning the art of weaving. She visited Kasuru each season, bringing food and stories to the children. And sometimes, on nights when the moon was bright, she would see a single glowing strand drifting through the sky, as if the spirit was watching and smiling.